Today, we're diving into the wild world of office dynamics. If you've ever felt the urge to scream at your desk, you're not alone. We're going to explore notoriously bad personalities that can turn any workplace into a nightmare. Buckle up, because it's about to get scandalous. Meet Chatterbox Kelly. She thrives on office gossip and has an uncanny ability to twist every story into something scandalous. If there's a rumor mill running, you can bet Kelly is the one cranking it up to 11.
To Jessica the other day, Alex totally yelled at her about the project. I heard the whole thing. It was really embarrassing. I mean, why did she even work here? She's not a good worker at all.
Hey, how do you know if you're a gossip culprit? Ask yourself, would you be uncomfortable saying this to the person's face? Are you taking secret pleasure in someone's misfortune? Is your conversation creating more heat than a corporate break room coffee machine? Be afraid, because the office gossip is a force to be reckoned with. They know everything about everyone, and they're not afraid to share it.
What do you mean it's not working out, Craig? I mean, I just introduced you to my parents.
Craig and Sheila broke up.
What? Really? Craig and Sheila broke up? Craig and Sheila broke up.
To handle CROs, consider addressing them directly. Let them know that you prefer to keep conversations positive and focused on work. You might even suggest organizing team-building activities to foster genuine connections instead of gossip. Our next coworker is a real winner, whiner. Have you ever worked with a chief wine officer? You know, the person always handing out constant criticism. Nate finds fault in every project and policy, often voicing his discontent loudly. His doomsday attitude predicts failure at every turn, creating a toxic atmosphere of negativity. Nate rarely takes responsibility for his own mistakes, and often shifts blame onto colleagues. His exaggerated complaints turns minor inconveniences into major catastrophes, making everything seem worse than it is. Instead of offering constructive feedback, he focuses solely on problems without solutions.
I have another complaint for Jim's permanent file.
Chief wine officers are always finding something to complain about, from the temperature of the office to the quality of the coffee. They're like a human rain cloud, constantly bringing everyone down. Constantly points out flaws in projects without offering solutions. Complains about office policies and management decisions. Creates a toxic atmosphere that affects team morale. To effectively deal with chief whiners, try to acknowledge their concerns. Listen to their complaints, but redirect conversations towards solutions. Encourage positivity. Suggest sharing one positive aspect before discussing issues in team meetings. Set boundaries on complaining. If they start venting excessively, gently remind them that you need to focus on work. Up next is a member of the team that is prone to chronic procrastination. Larry consistently puts off tasks until the last minute, causing stress for others. The slacker gives minimal effort on every project and does just enough to get by, but never goes above and beyond. Larry spends more time chatting or browsing social media than actually working. He often tries to pass off his responsibilities onto coworkers under false pretenses of teamwork. Slackers are excuse-making masters and have an excuse ready for every missed deadline or incomplete task. Why work hard when you can hardly work? Yeah, Lazy Larry, our beloved slacker, who believes that work smarter, not harder, means doing as little as possible. The typical slacker is the king or queen of procrastination and often leaves his teammates picking up the slack. Napping at work, because sometimes you need to recharge for all that hard work of avoiding work. To manage Larry's laziness, promote accountability within teams. Implement shared goals so everyone feels responsible for their contributions. Set clear expectations and deadlines. Make sure everyone understands their roles and what's expected of them. Encourage team collaboration. Foster an environment where teamwork is essential. This can motivate Larry to step up. Now here comes the know-it-all of all know-it-alls, Chief Smarty Pants, the self-proclaimed office genius. Interrupting others, Carlton frequently cuts off colleagues mid-sentence to share his superior knowledge. The chief smarty pants offers advice even when no one asks for it, often derailing conversations. The CSP tends to belittle others' contributions, making them feel undervalued. He confidently presents opinions as facts, leaving little room for discussion. The know-it-all CSP loves name-dropping and will often reference their extensive experience or connections to assert dominance. Chief Smarty Pants knows everything about everything, whether it's relevant or not. CSPs loves to dominate discussions and often dismisses others' ideas without a second thought. They are obsessed with challenging everything, every time. Oh yeah, and don't forget the rule that you must remain silent while Chief Smarty Pants is dressing you down like a toddler. Don't you love it when the know-it-all dominates discussions and often dismisses others' ideas without a second thought? To manage the CSP's disruptive behavior, acknowledge their points, but steer conversations back to team contributions. Encourage collaboration. Suggest brainstorming sessions where everyone can share ideas equally. Provide constructive feedback. Gently remind them that everyone's input is valuable and necessary. The Machiavellian manipulator has some very interesting behaviors, like gaslighting colleagues. Machiavellians will twist facts and deny events to make others question their reality and judgment. Triangulation tactics. They bring third parties into conflicts to create divisions among coworkers and manipulate perceptions. Guilt tripping. Others is a savvy technique to make colleagues feel responsible for his problems or failures, coercing them into compliance. Machiavellians will feign ignorance when confronted about their manipulative actions, and play dumb or act surprised at accusations. Most concerning is how skilled the manipulator is at using charm and deceit to control situations and people around them for their personal gain. Machiavellian manipulators are masterful puppeteers. As expert skimmers, they will send an email seemingly accidentally copying the wrong people, then watch the drama unfold from a distance. They use flattery as a weapon, disarming colleagues with praise before exploiting their vulnerabilities. Every keystroke is calculated. Manipulators know exactly how to stir the pot without getting their hands dirty. When conflicts arise, manipulators position themselves as the neutral mediator, but they are actually the very person who secretly orchestrated the entire situation. Don't get tangled in the web of a Machiavellian manipulator. Here are some tips to manage manipulative behavior. Limit personal information sharing. Manipulators often use personal information against you. Be professional and limit the personal details you share in the workplace. Build a professional support network. Cultivate relationships with other colleagues who can provide objective perspectives and support. A strong professional network can help neutralize a manipulator's attempts to isolate you. Shifting gears, we need to address the distasteful behaviors of a micromanaging control freak. Their constant oversight, checking in multiple times a day on tasks that should be autonomous, constantly provides instructions for even simple tasks, stifling creativity. Frequently questions decisions made by his team members, eroding their confidence. Invasive monitoring tracks progress obsessively through emails or project management tools, shows little faith in his team's abilities, leading to frustration and burnout. The annoyingly infamous Micromanager insists on reviewing every single email you send and hovers over your desk like a hawk watching its prey. Micromanagers obsess over every minute, turning time into a weapon of control rather than a tool for productivity. They demand constant updates, causing employees to spend more time reporting than actually working. They have a sixth sense for finding mistakes that no one else can see, because they're always looking. A micromanager's idea of teamwork is making sure everyone knows who's really in charge. Try these tips to combat micromanagement. Clarify expectations at the beginning of a project. Ask your manager to specify their expectations. This can help prevent misunderstandings. Use visual progress tools like Gantt charts or progress dashboards to show your work status at a glance. This can help satisfy their need for updates without requiring constant check-ins. Be assertive. If the micromanagement is impacting your work, speak up but avoid sounding accusatory. Tell them you feel overwhelmed when receiving constant check-ins throughout the day. And there you have it, our deep dive into the world of the worst coworkers. From the chief rumor officer, chief wine officer, chief slacker expert, chief smarty pants, Machiavellian manipulator. To the chief control freak, we've explored some of the most cringeworthy behaviors that can make the office feel like a battlefield. So how can we handle these situations? Here are some suggestions. Engage in self-care. Prioritize activities outside of work that bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's exercise, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. This helps create a buffer against workplace stress. Schedule short, strategic breaks throughout the day for quick meditation, deep breathing, or mindfulness exercises. These moments act as reset buttons, preventing toxic energy from penetrating your mental space. Create a support network. Build relationships with supportive colleagues who can provide encouragement and share experiences. Having allies can help you feel less isolated in a toxic environment. Focus on what you can control. Instead of stressing about the toxic behavior of others, concentrate on your own actions and reactions. This shift in mindset can empower you and reduce feelings of helplessness. When faced with an unbearable toxic work environment, it's essential to take proactive steps towards your exit strategy. Start by meticulously updating your resume to highlight recent achievements and skills acquired, even in challenging circumstances. Remember, leaving a toxic workplace is not admitting defeat. It's prioritizing your well-being and career growth. By methodically preparing your resume and exit strategy, you're taking control of your professional future and setting the stage for a more positive work experience. Leaving this toxic atmosphere opens the door to new opportunities and a brighter future. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own coworker horror stories in the comments below. What's the worst thing a coworker has done in your office? We'd love to hear from you.